Pick a card tarot card reading. Today we're looking at, will your situation be resolved? Welcome to Hope Tarot Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. Whatever situation it is, maybe it's to do with work, maybe it's to do with love, maybe it's to do with family. Let's see if we can tap into your guides' energy to deliver you the messages that are beneficial for you. We've got pick a card reading number 1. We've got pick a card read number 2. We've got pick a card read number 3. Queen of Swords. I'm going to pull some letters for each of the readings just to give extra connection, and then all of the timestamps down below. I'll do a card selection meditation in a moment. It's been a long time since we've done a pick a card reading here, so if you're from way back when and you've just rediscovered me again, welcome back. If you're one of the newer members of my channel, welcome. Not members, I don't have membership switched on. If you're one of my new subscribers, back in the day I used to do pick a card readings all the time. This morning I was having my coffee and I was like, we need a pick a card reading today. That's what come through. Someone wants to know if their problems are going to be resolved, if the issue or situation is going to be resolved. So let's get on. Within a circle of protection, let's pull some letters to give you connection to the reading that is for you today. Okay, so we have an S and a K for reading number 1. We have, again, an S. There may be a message within both of them for you. We have O. We have a G. I'm not going to show them all. We have an R and we have a W. Maybe I will. We have a G. And an R. And then for pick a card read number 3, we have a U. We have a Y. And we have an E as well. So let's do a card selection meditation just to give you that extra intuition of which reading's for you, especially if you're still a little bit stuck. I've shown you the decks to see if there's a connection there. We've pulled some letters to see if there's a connection there. But now let's close our eyes, really open up our energy. Take a nice deep breath out, push all of the air out, take a nice deep breath back in again. You're walking down a path, you're going out your door. You're opening up your door where you're familiar. You're going down a path. It's a path that you haven't seen before. There's cobbles and stones. And it feels really nice and you can hear the environment. And you're going into a little world that you've never been before. It's like a little secret garden. And you're just being led through. And you're feeling at peace. You're kind of tensing your muscles a little bit. So now's the time to relax them. Relax every single muscle in your body. And the best way to do that is to tense them all up as tight as you can and then let go. And you will find there's parts of your body that you didn't even know was tense. It feels nice. It feels smooth. You're just walking through this enchanted English garden. Wildflowers, blues, lilacs, pinks, yellows, daisies. The smells, the butterflies, the insects. You can see a little chair at the end. You're just going to go sit on this little bench and you're just going to take in the atmosphere around you. Now, as you open your eyes, your energy should be drawn towards the tarot deck that has a message here for you today. We've got pick a card read number 1, tarot card read number 2, pick a card read number 3. I think my lighting may be playing up with everything, so I'm going to sort that out before we go on with the readings. Private readings are available from my website as always. If you'd like to pull yourself a card on my website, I have a card page where you can generate your own card just refresh the page, scroll down the bottom, it'll tell you what card you got. Let's just get on with today's pick a card reading. Is your situation going to be resolved? Welcome to pick a card read number 1. We've got the K and we have the S. Let me know if they reached out and grabbed you. Why did you pick this reading? I like knowing the thought process behind. I'm going to put this tarot deck to one side at the moment. I want to pull some charms and notes. What does the universe want you to know within a circle of protection? Is your situation going to be resolved? Whatever the situation is. So we have one note that has come out. I am being guided forwards. I am being guided forwards. We have a graduate scroll. There's a learning lesson here for you. We have a golfer. You need to put the work in, but once you get it, mastering your swing, whatever that means. And then we have a seashell. If we listen to a shell, we can hear the ocean. But we have to listen. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. I want to know if your situation is going to be resolved. Private readings are available from my website. If our energies match, you don't need one. You just need to trust your intuition. Is your situation going to be resolved? I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly 4 angels, offering us a circle of protection. So we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. We'll do a Celtic cross and see where we need to go from there. The Emperor. That's nice. So this is you, your stability. I think you know that you've done nothing wrong in this situation. You may have a deep sense of knowing that. And I'm kind of looking at you thinking, are you completely innocent? You know, is there something? It's like, I don't know if you're in complete denial, like, I've done nothing wrong. Maybe you haven't. You might not have done anything wrong. But be wary of being the Emperor. Sometimes they can be so stubborn. Don't want to make any movement or allowance or compromise. But if you know you've done nothing wrong, stand your ground. You don't have to bow down to anyone else's wishes, you know. We've got the World, which is the question, which is all about, what does the world have to offer you? Is this situation going to be resolved? But I think you're moving to the point of, well, it'd be nice if it would be resolved, but there's a whole world out there. There's a lot you have to offer. If this situation's silly enough to let you go, other people are gonna, and other situations will reap the rewards of you being there, if that makes sense. So around you is the female King of Cups. This deck has females and male kings. If you ever wonder what deck I use, they're listed on my website. If you want to support the channel, do it for free. Put a like on the reading, helps get us into the algorithm. The King of Cups is unconditional love. Cool, calm, collected. Again, it feels like you're standing back. Whatever this situation is, you have a lot of love and compassion for it, but you're not chasing it. Why should you chase it? You are open to forgiveness, though. The Justice card, facing the truth, finding the balance. I really do want you to think about, is there any tiny little thing that maybe you can make a difference on? If there isn't, don't worry about it, but that keeps coming up. Facing the truth, facing the integrity. If this is someone or a situation that's really wronged you, karma will go knocking for them, you know. I'm just sat here smiling. I'm just like, well, you know, the Lover's card in your recent past to do with this. So the Lover's card isn't always just about love. It can be about business. It can be about all kinds of things, connections, passions, things that make your heart sing. It feels like whatever has happened here, it's really unfortunate. But Sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways. It will remove us from one thing so it opens us up and puts us in another thing. If you're looking for this situation to give you closure, it's not going to happen. I read something the other day of a murderer is never going to give the family closure. The family of the victim, they're never going to give them closure. The family have to find another way of losing their family member, you know. And it kind of reminded me of, we look at people and think, I need you to give me closure. No, we have to find a closure ourselves. If you know that you've done nothing wrong, which it does feel like, maybe there's a little 1% of something you've done, but that's fine. That's just 1%. It's not 50-50. You know, that means that the other person done 99%, whether it's your boss, whether it's your family. Don't back down. Don't compromise on your morals and your sense of knowing. Don't look at whatever this is and try and find closure from them. Don't give them that power, whatever it is. Find your own. Let the universe take care of it, because it will. There'll be a point in their life where karma kicks them. At some point, it always goes knocking. I never used to, when I was younger, in my 20s, I used to think, oh, what nonsense, but I'm in my mid-40s now, and there's certain people, you know, we all have family and friends who are on the outskirts of our own extended families, and you see how other people behave, and then you see them over the years, how their life pans out, and you kind of sometimes look at them and think, well, you got your karma. They got their karma for whatever it was that they done. It may not have happened instantly, but the way their life went forward, no, they're paying their dues, you know. And there'll be people around you that you've known for years who at some point made bad choices or messed people around. You know, short term, maybe they go off and have a really good life, but there's some point where things go wrong for them. So karma always goes knocking. Sometimes when I say karma goes knocking, I get a whole load of comments going, no, it doesn't. It really does. It really does. If people put bad out into this world, that bad's going to find them at some point. And why look at a bad person or a bad situation, try and give them the power to say whether you can move on or not? If you want to move on, move on. You're not going to get an apology. This is a situation where you're not going to get an apology. And you've got nothing to apologise for. You know? So the Six of Wands, you've got better times ahead of you. And you've got more people who are on your side in this than anything. You may have like someone like me, well, there's 1% responsibility on you, 99% responsibility on whatever the situation is. But there's people backing you up. Sometimes when something happens, it's the noisy ones that disagree with us. And that'll be a couple of people, but they make so much noise because they want to tell us how wrong we are, how bad we are, how awful we are. But then there's 20 that just are quiet because they agree with you, because they're just quietly getting on with life and they're not outraged. They're just, you know, they're looking up to you thinking, oh my goodness, you're coping with this. And sometimes I wish those people would be a little bit more vocal of supporting. If you're a friend to someone and you can see that they're having a hard time, be the positive voice in their life, because it's always the handful of negative loudmouths that brings the tone down. We need more positive voices in this world. I think you could do with more positive voices around you. You've got positive people around you. You've got people that are just quietly backing you up and people that completely agree with you. There's no fault here for you. And then you've got that little 1% of people that are like just a bit of a nasty and they really love telling other people that they're wrong about everything. So there's all of that. We have the Three of Wands, which is the secret underlying question. Are you being moved into a better place? Yeah. You're going to be learning things over the next 6 months that really does enable your movement forwards. You're leaving. I think you've already left this situation behind. I just don't think you've realised. It's been and gone. It's almost like dusting yourself off, picking yourself up and moving forward. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles, all about walking away. And with the Five of Pentacles, it's like that. Well, it's sad to walk away. It's disappointing to walk away. You're leaving something behind. You're not quite sure. There's no guarantee that things will get better, and it's stressful. But overall, things will get better because you still have quite a lot. And sometimes you have no choice but to walk away. And it's when you walk away from things, you find out who your real friends are. So, the King of Swords, the female King of Swords, taking your energy. There's a very strong, stable energy coming from you. You're like, yeah, I know. You're probably just like, yeah, I know. And every time I said, oh, maybe you done something, you're like, no, absolutely, no, I did not. A little bit prickly, but that's fine. And then we have the Eight of Swords. You're putting boundaries in so this, whatever this situation is, doesn't happen again. It's almost like life blocking the troublemakers. And putting those healthy boundaries in for you so that you can move forward. I'm going to do a quick 9-card spread because I want to see what else do we need to know. Yeah. What else do you need to know? Because overall it feels like a moment of clarity for you of, okay, I get it. This is why I'm being guided forward. This is why this is happening. And it feels like you're just leaving this behind. I think you've already left it behind. You just hadn't really realised how far you've come. And you've got much better times ahead of you. I'm going to split the deck into 4. So we've got the World reversed in the recent past, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You have been really quite, I think I just bleached that out. Let me sort that out a bit. You've been really worried about letting this go. You've been really worried about, well, I need to fix it, they need to fix it, and everything. And now that you've moved into this space of, well, I've done everything I can, there's nothing else I can do, they're not doing what they need to do. And it's, what's the point of you offering anything to this situation anymore? Because it's just a waste of energy. There's no point anymore. Then we have the Devil. You get frustrated about it. The Ace of Rods is you now picking up, moving on, which is really nice. And the Chariot, you taking control. You've given this enough time. You've got the Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. That's really powerful. That's like, I'm not scared to lose. Off I go by. I'm not scared to lose you anymore. And the moment you get to the point of not being scared to lose and let go, that's when you're the most dangerous for everyone around you, because suddenly no one can manipulate you anymore. Yep, the Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, much better times ahead of you. And the Two of Pentacles reversed. You're going to have points where you don't know what choice to make. You don't need to make choices all the time. You can take your time. The Sun is abundance, joy, new love, a really happy life. Wonderful, wonderful things. And the Seven of Pentacles is all the hard work that you've already done. Don't undo it all for the sake of anyone else. You know, is this situation going to be resolved? Not in a way that you think it is. You're just disconnecting from it. And that's resolution in itself. That acceptance, that letting go, that walking away is a resolution. You're not going to get an apology. They're not even going to meet you halfway. Karma is going to get whatever situation this is for them at some point, because it's unfair. And it almost feels like maybe I got stuck on the, yeah, but you must have done something. Because this person, you know, you've done a tiny little thing and this person's just slamming you around the head with it. Like, how dare you do that? And it's not even that bad compared to what they've done, you know. But then that's because they're guilty. Guilty is sin, you know. Keep moving forward, put your boundaries in. Don't let people like this in your life again. You know who you are. You know where you're going, so get on and go. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you on your way. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Welcome to Hope to Have a Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. I live in a little seaside town and I absolutely love reading tarot for you. Welcome to Pick a Card read number 2. We've got the letters that were pulled during the meditation thing. We have an O. We have an W. We have an R. We have an S. Oh, it actually spells groves, you know. Wow. We have a G. So, if you were pulled towards the letters, let me know. Let me know what made you pick this reading. Was it the meditation? Was it the letters? Was it the card? Was it the number of the reading? Do you just like to listen to the first bit of each reading to see which one connects with you? Let me know. I'm really interested. So, within a circle of protection, I'm going to pull some charms and notes. What do you need to know about your situation? Will your situation be resolved? So we have your guardian angel. We have another guardian angel, more of a classical angel. I don't know why my camera's having so much trouble phasing in and out today. We have a debatable bit of fruit. I like to think it's a strawberry, but it doesn't quite look like it. Sometimes I think, is it grapes? It doesn't quite look like it. Let me know what you think that is. Because I'm always like, what is that? So let's see what note we have here. I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want to let you down. And we have, I'm going to do a Celtic cross. Is your situation going to be resolved? We have forgiveness is strength. It certainly is. If you can learn to forgive, you can, it's very powerful. Very powerful. It's like a superpower. So, let's do a Celtic cross. Is your situation going to be resolved? Someone didn't want to let you down and forgiveness is strength. Is it the situation you need to forgive? Is it a person you need to forgive? What will forgiveness bring? Does someone need to forgive you? Were you scared of letting somebody down? I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly for angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. The first card in the Celtic cross is all about you, all about the situation. The Judgment card, surrendering to the path that you're on. It's very spiritual card. It's all about enlightenment and awakening and reclaiming your power, but also by acknowledging that the universe is the thing that has the greatest amount of power. And sometimes we just have to look at the universe and think, do you know what? You know what is best for me. My guides know what's best for me. My angels know what's best for me. If it's meant to be in my life, it'll be in my life. If it's not, it won't. You know, if you want to support the channel, put a like on it. The Two of Wands. So this is partnerships, making plans for the future, looking towards the future. And it's the question, it's like, well, is this situation going to be resolved enough so that you can make plans, you know, go back to the drawing board and make plans? What plans do you need to make? Is it away from this situation? Or is it, you know, coming back together again? The King of Wands. So the King of Wands is self-made. They're passionate, they're fiery. They could be a fire sign sometimes. I don't always lean towards the zodiac meanings of the cards, but it's that whatever's gone on here, it's a problem that was created. And it feels like a fear that someone didn't want to disappoint you. and you didn't want to disappoint them, and it's just ended up in both of you being quite disappointed. It does feel like there's a person here. Got the Queen of Swords. Wow. So when the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands set each other off in a toxic kind of way, it gets fiery, it gets toxic, it gets scary, it gets all or nothing, passion and words and things getting said that shouldn't be said. And yeah, I just want to sit you both down and get to the bottom of it. Got a feeling there may have been an argument between the both of you of, sometimes when we say things in an argument, we don't necessarily mean it, but the other person can't forget it. And it may have been that they said it to you or you said it to them, and it's these words are going around and around and around. At some point, you have to cut the words off. It's hard, though. It's really hard, because if those words can't be faded, then they're always going to be there. And then it's like, well, are they just going to keep popping up again? Can you get to the point where they're not there affecting things? It's difficult. So the Ten of Swords is the thing that's happened here. It feels really stressful. It feels self-sabotage. It feels spiraling. It feels like words hurt more than anything else. It feels like someone delivered some home truths. And can it be resolved? Because it feels like the both of you had some wonderful plans for the future, And if an argument came from because someone let the other one down, no one wanted to hurt. No, neither of you wanted to hurt each other. Neither of you did. I feel quite sad. I think I'd just sit here and cry, Oh, what's happened? This shouldn't be happening. You're meant to be together against the world, not fighting each other. You're meant to have each other's backs. Oh my goodness, could you imagine the type of relationship this would be if you could both just be in that bubble together and fight the world? How far you two could go. It's the ultimate power couple. Can it be resolved? Can it be resolved? Yeah. The Knight of Coins, it's going to take time, but yeah, it can. Things are going to have to be done differently. They're going to have to be done properly. And the anchor needs to come back in again. You both need your feet back on the ground again. The problem with the Swords and the Wands court cards, they wind each other up. The heat gets the air going. The air puts the heat out. And sometimes the air will fan the flames, and it's just a lot. And if you can both get to the point where there's resolution here, which I think you can, if you put that energy into the right things, you two can do anything, go anywhere and achieve anything. And I'm getting on my soapbox, So the secret underlying question is the Nine of Cups, which is all about your wishes being granted, happiness, satisfaction. And it's the secret underlying question: can you both make each other happy again? The timing on this is the Eight of Cups. There's lots to learn from this situation. There's lots of escapism. There's lots of the problem here. Well, there's lots of problems here, but moving forward, because you've got that banging chemistry, you have to resolve things before you slip into each other's beds again, because it feels like you could sit down to talk about it and just end up having sex on the table. And that it makes you feel good, it makes you feel connected, but you haven't really got to the root of the problem and resolved things. And I think both of you need to apologise for certain things. You're probably going to go, no, I don't, I've done nothing wrong. I think you wound each other up to a certain extent. There has to be progress here. There has to be a change. There has to be a change. There has to be sitting across the table, you taking ownership, them taking ownership, working out how you move forward. Then you can have the banging sex afterwards. But you need to do the foundation work. You can't just have the sex. Because if you just have the sex, it's just going to keep spiraling because you're feeding off each other's energy. You both have to work out together, how you can use your energy together to benefit the relationship, not keep devouring each other and hurting each other, consuming one another. So the Six of Wands, you've got better times ahead for the both of you. And the Eight of Swords, putting boundaries in. There may also be a little bit of a message in one, but I'd already picked that up when we had the card pile, because I think it's the S, isn't it? Was the S in one? If the S connected to you, there may also be a message within that, maybe for something else, but you both do need to put boundaries in. You both do need to, it's almost like having a little bit of a meeting, getting a whiteboard out, going, this is okay, this is not okay. Ground rules, not too many, but enough. You're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to do that. We must say sorry, we must not let it fester. We've got to work together. You know, boring relationship foundation. Because you've got all the intimate stuff covered. No one needs to be teaching anyone anything, because the both of you already know. You both just kinetically and passionately work together very well. That may be a past life connection. Are you just familiar with what each other likes? And yeah, there's no sex ed videos needed on that one. That's for sure. And I don't want to know. You could probably teach everyone a lot of things, but let's not do that today. You need to get to the point where you're sorting it out. So, forgiveness is strength. Both of your guardian angels are here, but forgiveness is strength. It's not a weakness. I'm going to do a quick connection spread between you both, see what comes up. What else do you need to know? If you claim the reading, let me know, put a like on it, or let me know in the comments. Also, if you put a like on the reading, it helps get into the algorithm. I do private readings, they are available, but if your intuition is banging, you don't need it. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Cups reversed down here for you. Down this side is for you. Okay, down this side is for them. Yeah, and then we've got the connecting energy. We've got the Ten of Swords down there. Yeah, sometimes the cards just likes to tell me everything. I don't want to know everything. There's been a false start here. When you both resolve things, there may be a few little hiccups, but that's natural. You've both now got to learn how to function this relationship in a completely different way. Hold on to the really good things with it and kind of try and get rid of the toxic stuff. You've got the Eight of Cups reversed. They've got the Five of Swords reversed. They haven't walked away from you. They haven't given up on you, but you haven't given up on them. But there is this tendency to, maybe when you've been here before, you just end up in bed together and you don't resolve anything. We've got the Ten of Swords reversed in the middle of you both. This period of time within this connection's over. It can't ever get any worse than this. But it can't carry on being like this. It needs to get better. But there is a completion there. You've got the Four of Wands reversed, which is house move celebrations, marriages, but into the future. Renewed effort needs to be put in. They've got the Three of Cups. They still care about you so much. And they stick up for you if anyone ever says anything bad about you. This is what I mean. Like, if you two can get into this bubble together and fight the world together, you both are fierce. You're both brilliant. It's just channeling your energy of the relationship in the best possible way. Got the Nine of Discs reversed in the middle of you both. Neither of you consider yourself single, even though all of this is going on. Neither of you have given up. You're moving on to the Ten of Cups, which is absolutely beautiful. This is not over. This is very much moving towards a lovely connection. They've got the High Priestess. They're going to follow your lead. And I do think it's going to have to be you that takes the lead here, but they're happy to follow it. And the Ace of Wands reversed is a few little hiccups. But the Ace of Wands is a positive card, whatever way up it is. It's just going to take a bit of time. You're on a pedestal for them, but they're on a pedestal for you as well. You're both on these pedestals that no one else can reach. That's a power couple. Do what power couples do and lock together and don't ever let anything come between the both of you. unless you're into that kind of kinky stuff. But I don't want to know. Don't leave that in my comments, because it's just things I don't want to know. You know, when we're readers, we get all kinds of images in our heads and we're like, no, that's none of my business. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to end reading here before it gets really naughty. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so that your angels can take you on your way. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you want to pull a card, if you go on my website, I have a pull a card page. If you refresh the page, it will give you a card, and then you scroll down the bottom and read what it means. I will see you soon. Welcome to Hope Tarot Daily. My name is Angie. I'm a tarot card reader from England. I live in a little seaside town, and I absolutely love reading tarot for you. Welcome to Pick a Card Read number 3. We have the letters that came out during the pile selection. We have a U. Let me know why you picked this read and what connected you to it. Is it the letters? Is it the deck? Is it because this is the one that you always pick? Or is it you checked each one? Or is it something completely different? Yeah. So I'm going to put the deck out of the way. So we have a U, a Y, and an E. I'm going to do pull some charms and notes within a circle of protection. What you need to know, is your situation going to be resolved? Okie dokie. I always say that. I don't know why. So we have made with love. There's definitely something here that's been made with love. If it would like to focus, made with love. We have 3 notes. We have a wine bottle opener, corkscrew. Who wants to claim that? Let me know in the comments. We have starfish. My brain just went blank. So starfish, if it loses a limb, it will grow it back. It can lose practically all of its body and grow it back. It's regenerating. We have a landmark that to me looks like St Paul's Cathedral in London, but it may just symbolise galleries, institutions, museums, religion, places, landmark travel, you know. So what notes do we have here? Is your situation going to be resolved? I'm sorry that I hurt you. Someone's sorry. Not everyone always apologises, you know. And my camera I don't know what's going on. I think there may be gremlins in my tech today. I'm sorry that you got hurt. Well, that's a bit of a... I nearly swore. That's a bit of a rubbish sorry, isn't it? I need you in my life. I need you in my life. I'm sorry that you got hurt. Did they hurt you? If they hurt you, then they need to say, I'm sorry that I hurt you. Not that you got hurt. That's certain responsibility, isn't it? I miss you. Should we just start crying now? Should we just, you know, let it all out, have a big cry? Maybe there was an argument when one of you was drunk. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love here. It may be romantic, it may be family, it may be friends. But with the starfish coming out, I'm like, do I even need to pull any cards? Is this going to be resolved? Yes, the starfish always grows back. It can grow back it can just have the very middle of its body and it will grow back. And there's so much love here. And there's an apology that's a false apology, but it's up to you if you accept that or not. And you need each other. And you miss each other. It could well just be friendship and family and all love. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know why I'm so emotional today. I was drinking my coffee and this question came into my head and I was like, okay, well, you know, it's been a long time since I've done a pick a card reading. Maybe this is the message that someone desperately needs. Maybe that's why I'm having such an emotional reaction to it. Maybe this is the message that's why my guides were going pick a card reading. Will our situation resolve? I don't think I've ever done this question before. So there we go. Stop whittering, I'm just putting it off. So I'm going to do a connection spread because it's so clearly to do with a person. See what comes up in the connection spread. How do you both move forward? And then we'll take it from there. Yeah. I just want to cry. I really want to cry. If you're sat there crying, let me know in the comments. I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just like, this feels emotional. This feels a lot. This feels like it's a long time coming as well. So I'm going to split the deck into four elements, 4 seasons, most importantly 4 angels, offering us a circle of protection so we can give and receive all of these messages with an open heart and an open mind. Down this side is you. Down that side is them. Oh, they're stubborn, aren't they? And then down the middle is connection. Oh my goodness. Connecting energy. It's going to be resolved. Of course it's going to be resolved. I just got all chills and tingles down my back, which doesn't happen that often. There's definitely a reason that this reading's happening. Whether it's when you watch it, when I first upload it, it is a timeless reading, so it's relevant from when you're watching it, at this period in time when you're sat here watching it. We've got the 9 of coins reversed, which is you feeling like your assets being compromised. They had the king of coins, which is them being stubborn. And then we've got the 5 of coins reversed in the middle of you both at that point, which is the absolute destruction of whatever happened. Does feel like... It feels like you had a lot of plans. You may have had plans to go travelling. I'm just having a deja vu moment. Yeah, so it just feels like... You didn't want this to happen. They didn't want this to happen. But so much happened that neither of you could straight away sort it out, because you needed enough time apart. And I do think it's been a long time coming for this to be resolved. It's starting to be in a process of being resolved because you're moving into the phase of really wanting it to be resolved. You've got the Knight of Wands. You want movement. You want to take action. You want to hear the right things. It's even getting to the point now where if they even give a non-apology, it's better than nothing, you know? There's a lot of regret here. A lot of regret. Someone may get their wording wrong, but it's what comes from their heart that matters. They've got the Ace of Swords reversed, so they're still being a bit stubborn. They're still feeling that this is an unfair situation. They want to fix it, but I don't think they particularly know how right now. And then we've got the King of Swords in the middle of you both, which is a mediator. It may be symbolising this reading. It may just be getting advice off someone, but it may be just that open clarity of we'd like communication again, but it can't spiral. You don't want it to spiral. You want a positive outcome, and they're a bit cautious. The both of you are quite cautious, but there's a will here for things to get better. Got the Knight of Coins. It's going to take time, but it's time to build that road, build that path, open up the bridges. They've got the Page of Cups. They still care very much for you. This feels like someone that's been in your life for a long, long time. I've got the Queen of Cups in the middle of you both, which is all about love, compassion. Again, it feels like a bridge, whether it's a person that's a bridge or energy, like the universe bridging you both back together again. You know, I think you're more realistic on you want it now, but you know it's going to take time because they need to get into the right headspace. If they use the wrong type of wording, don't hold it against them. Some people are not very good at speaking and piecing sentences together in the right kind of way. Listen to what they say or read what they say, but tap into how they're feeling. If someone apologises, but it's not quite the right way, if you can tap into their heart and think, are they doing that for the right reasons? It feels like it is. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross. just because we want more information. If you want to support the channel, put a like on a reading. Private readings are available. On my website, I have a pull a card page. If you refresh the page, a tarot card will be generated and it will tell you the meaning down the bottom. The Ace of Wands, moving forward. Yeah. And then we have the Four of Cups, the both of you. I love this deck. If you ever wonder what deck I'm using, I've got all the photos of my decks. And the names of the decks on my website as well. So the Ace of Wands is attraction, the ability to get this back on track again. The both of you are missing each other such a lot. The both of you are. And it's like life. The both of you, when you're in each other's lives, is so much more fun than not talking. You both get a lot from each other. So we've got the Eight of Swords, which is the restrictions. That's kind of, you're both trapped in this energy, and it's a lot coming from them because they don't know how to open up just yet. It feels like the balls started rolling with the energy in the universe and stuff, and you've been pushed in that direction. Just give them time because they need it. The Eight of Cups, the both of you moving on to a better future together. We've got the Hanged Bunny, which is, this has already started. Someone's going to have to make a sacrifice to move forward, whether it's not listening to the words, but reading someone's heart, reading someone's intentions. They feels like they've got good intentions. But this is already pick your path. I think at the moment you're more open to it than they are, but they will open up. Opportunities to come, the full fresh start for the both of you. Which is lovely. Personal sense of freedom, letting go of whatever's happened here. Is it going to be resolved? Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. It really, really is. So the Queen of Swords, the underlying question is, are they in the same headspace as you? They're getting there. They are getting there. The universe is now doing the work to bring you both back together again. The Tower is being set free of what's been and gone and leaving the past in the past. Moving forward, we have the Empress, things being fixed. And then we have the Five of Wands. You have to be careful because the chemistry is still going to be there. You both have to learn to not let it get to this ever again. The Five of Wands is little bits of petty drama, competition is challenging, but it's kind of like that card coming out. I'm like, oh, that's how we got in this mess then. Fight the world, not each other. Wind each other up, but don't take it too far. Because look what happens when you take it too far, the both of you. But the Empress, forgiveness is strength. Putting the past behind you is strength. Opening up to them coming back is strength. Waiting for them to open up is strength as well. It will get there. It will get there. And it feels like sometimes the five of Wands is like playfulness. It feels like getting back to being playful together again and making each other laugh and having someone to do stuff with and all of the good things that the both of you share together. There's the possibility of that in the future. It just has to take time. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you'll get there. I hope the right person gets this reading. Whenever it is that you get it, it's important. You both really do deeply care about each other. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection so your angels take you on your way. Thank you so much for being with me here with me today. If you've made it to this point through all of the readings, you're part of the secret Purple Heart gang. Hardly any of you listen to the whole reading, so I really do appreciate it. If you're a daily watcher and you've come right to the end of the reading, Rosie's not very well. Rosie's not very well. I think she's got a bit of a cold. She's going to have to go to the vets this week. She's going to hate that so much, but yeah, she's not too good. I don't know what's going on. I think she's just got a bit of a cold. She's eating, she's drinking, she's still being her little diva-ish self. But there's something not quite right. So yeah, she's going to the vets. So if you're watching this when I upload it, hold her in your prayers, please, because she means the world to me, as all of our fur babies do. I will see you tomorrow.